Hey everybody, and welcome to another RCT2 review. We continue our series of going through the head-to-head 10 match parks, and we have reached match number 3 of round 2, and this is the Dam Busters Park. This is Wawel Castle. This was built 80% by Liam, 12% by Trav, and 8% by Thethrillman. And this is actually set in a real place, so this is set in Krakow, in Poland, and it's actually got some really nice architecture for the whole thing. Obviously, we opened onto the coaster here, which you know, for me is certainly of primary interest. But really, this map is about just kind of clean architecture and really nice landscaping. So the coaster is actually coming off the lift hill right now. So let's watch it come down and out of here, which is pretty cool. Diving into that Immelman. Up into this kind of outward banked top hat thing and a roll here using all of the new pieces, which is always nice to see. All that to good work. And then going around here through this little garden and popping out into a final little corkscrew and up and into the brakes. But let's start with the architecture, because this is, to me, the more kind of interesting part. So let's kind of start here in the corner, and then we'll kind of continue around. So we got all these really nice, just urban setting buildings here with some really great street fronts. Love the tables here with the a little bit of fencing, street lamps, and all of the bikes and everything. So very nice little details here. Love this building facade too. Liam has always been very good at doing this kind of work. If we turn around, we've got some really nice kind of backyard areas here with these little fairy type lights and a couple of even the bins here. There's lots of really good little tiny details. I like this where we've got some underground stuff going on down here. So we've got some music, we've got a little bar going on, we've got this pool, we've also got this little club down here as well, and then more dining and everything up above. Love this where it kind of looks like the plaster or the stucco is coming off of the building here, so it's got a little bit of aging to it. Good use of the half diagonals here just to add some a little more interest, and a couple of roof pieces that I don't see very often. This one in particular, which actually works pretty okay, I think. Of course, we have our requisite people in the back of house smoking. I feel like that's one of those little park memes that you see kind of everywhere. This I really liked. This is the tram here, and it kind of continues all the way up and then turns off the map right here, as it is gonna make a little U-turn right here. But what I liked about this was the treatment of the land texture here, where we've got that sort of green texture here, but not the, you know, unspoiled grass here. It's a little bit used, a little bit kind of matted down, which I think is pretty cool. And then it transitions very nicely to kind of the street running where the rails are embedded in the asphalt, and it just looks really nice. It's very cleanly done, I think. Love the nice wide crosswalks as well. Of course, we've got the graffiti we've got to have in there as well, and just very nice street atmosphere in general. And having the peeps walking through all of this and into and out of the shops is just a very nice touch. But I do love the details here, especially on the streetcar line. It's just very nicely done. And actually, on this one here, using the I guess the Mayan pieces is actually quite nice. Usually don't think of those as a good general realistic architecture building material, or at least I didn't, but it works really well there. Lots of cool little details here. There's a little street vendor going on, and then let's kind of work our way up and into the castle itself. So the castle's got this kind of courtyard here on the front, a couple little outbuildings out here, and then the main castle building. So if we spin around and come into this, we have the archway here. Nice fortress walls here, and the little readout and everything on the sides here. Got this cool little sightseeing tour here, and a little walking tour, and the person here is giving the tour, which is kind of neat. Here's more of that, the walking tour, ancient trees. It's kind of a fun little touch. I do like that detail. This is maybe one of my favorite bits in the entire park. So this is just some old remnants of some little churches. So you can see here, this one that's on the diagonal, you get the little nave right here, and or actually that's the apse, and then this is the nave going on. So very nicely done, good details for that. We've also got this other little one here that's got a little bit more of ruins. And if we spin here, we can see some more of those wall ruins. So it's like different times through kind of the ages here. And then you also have this little peep who's taking pictures of all of the scenery. So that's kind of fun. Using two of these very nice hedges, which we saw in the Extraordinary Biota Park. That was pretty cool. Great little sunbathing scenes here with just peeps kind of relaxing and enjoying themselves. Love these buildings that kind of work around here using the diagonal, using the half diagonal, and keeping it all kind of architecturally and stylistically similar, but still different things. So like you've got the Spanish type tile roofs, you've got the corrugated metal roofs here, and then you've also got these diagonal ones here, which you know, maybe you would have used the tile roof if that was a more readily available piece, but I feel like it really adds some kind of age to it, looking like it was done in phases throughout the whole thing. Really nice kind of church here with some pretty cool domes. I love this gold dome here. Kind of makes me want to read up on the story of all this, because I'm sure there is plenty of that. We have our little sausage vendor here, Polish sausage. And this tower is pretty cool as well. And actually, just some of the details here that I really like. If you look up close to this wall, you've got the brickwork, and then you've got this kind of nice little architectural detailing there. Just really subtle, but really adds to the overall detail of the architecture, which I really appreciate. Very nice clock tower right here. That's done quite well. And just lots of cool little bits like these buttresses on the outside of the building on this side. And this is pretty cool right here too, this little fortified element to the castle. I don't know what you call it necessarily, but with the stairs going down into it, that's kind of neat as well. If we come around this side, we've kind of caught up to the other side that we came in on. We've got some nice little poster work here, lots of cool little details, and then just fun scenes here, like this grill that these guys are having. So you can see they're loaded up and making some food. Then we have this little street market, I suppose, just like a little flea market almost. Everything from the Haunted Mansion grandfather clock, which I think is a fun little touch. Just a lot of very random scenery pieces that work really well when you combine them all in this kind of a setup where you have this very eclectic collection of things. And you know, somebody parked their car here on the side, and then you just have lots of little kind of vignettes and things. I would almost love to see more kind of clickable stuff here. Like I would really kind of like to see this vendor or whatever be clickable, and to say, okay, this is so and so selling whatever. You know, that's certainly up for debate as to, you know, your preferences in the game, but I like that kind of detailing. I think it's just kind of fun where it, you know, tells you more specifically what's going on. This is cool here, this balloon as well. What's neat about this is it's just synchronized. So you've got the balloon itself, and then you've got the elevator carriage as well. So nice little synchronization bit going on there, which is kind of fun. You got some really good landscaping up against the side of this building too, and I love these little trails that are in here. Like clearly this is the shortcut because people didn't want to wind their way around this curved piece of walkway, which is a very real architectural and kind of civil engineering thing, and I think that's kind of a fun little detail there. When we get down to the waterfront here, we've got this nice little floating barge that has a quick little restaurant on it, good seats, using those little placard signs and everything, a little newsstand here as well. More peeps just kind of enjoying themselves, and really just a very pleasant river walk that I feel like would be quite nice to just sit down and enjoy. I love these little swans here that are looking at these guys, I guess, for some bread. We got another vendor on this side, some more sunbathing people. Just really cool scenes throughout the whole thing. So one of the cool details about this map, beyond this, here's another one of those little cut-throughs, which is very kind of fun. You can tell somebody who's into just city planning in general has figured that one out. So one of the things that kind of could add to this map in general, if we pull out the cutaway view and we start to take away some height here, we get to the cutaway one more, which will, oop, that's more than one more. Oh, One more. So here we go, and we're underneath the castle now, and we've got these fossils here. So we've got this really cool dinosaur fossil kind of in the slate or whatever rock this is. And if you spin around, you've also got this fun little museum. And you've got all these little bones and just other bits and pieces through the whole thing. You've got a little cafeteria here, and you've got this elevator which comes up and into the one of the buildings up above. This is the Dragon's Den lift there. And I love the footprints here from the dinosaur also. And one of the cool things to me on this is we got a ride station here, which then drops down into this little cavern here, so you kind of get this glimpse of the cavern as you cruise through here before going up and then into the ride itself. It would have been cool to see more of this filled out as far as just the inside of the building, maybe fleshed out perhaps a little bit, but you know, I can't necessarily ask for that because it's a lot to say when you're doing a park like this, and they did use their deadline extension, so I'm sure this was maybe a little bit rushed to try and get this one knocked out. But regardless, I think it's just a really good quality park, and it's got a very nice set of architecture, maybe some of the best architecture that we've seen thus far in the competition. So I'd probably go as far to say that this is some of the best realistic European type architecture so far. So very nicely done as far as that goes. You should definitely download this park, check it out. I will post a link to the download in the description below. Also to open RCT2, which you will need, especially for those new pieces on the Giga Coaster track. This is the first match, like I said, or the first park of match number 3. Coming up next, we're going to look at the second park, and that's going to round us out for round number 2. Hopefully you've been enjoying this so far. Drop a comment, let me know what your favorite park is thus far as we roll into match or round number 3 and beyond. So until next time, thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.